Today, Dima, a base builder for Navi, is going to showcase some replays of his Legends League base that's been defending amazingly. It's a double Rage Tower ring base, and it's time you use it as well. Here is a look at the base. As I said, double Rage Tower. Look at what the Rage Towers are covering as well. So many defenses. Let's see what this attack is going to come in with. Coming in with Root Rider Spam. So today I'm going to show you replays versus Root Rider Spam, versus Dragon Clone, and versus the Super Witch Fireball attack strategy. The three strongest armies in the game, and I'm pretty sure the three most common armies. So the attacker here, trying to funnel with these super buffs, but you'll notice it is a very awkward funnel in, and definitely had to overinvest on the super buffs there. King comes in. I mean, you can't really stop the Rage Vial and the Giant Gauntlet getting good value, but it doesn't get insane value, and that's all you can really ask. Now, have a look at the defensive CC here. 3 Headhunters, 2 Ice Golems, 2 Gobs. This is the CC I'm running as well. I think it is the best one. Now, you could run triple Ice Golem. With the nerf to the Eternal Tome, the Ice Golems actually get more value now, because it's more likely that the troops won't be invincible whilst an Ice Golem freezes the army. But I like the Headhunters. They're just good against a wide variety of attack strategies. And look at this. The Headhunter sat on the offensive queen, for so long that look at how disjointed the start of this push is. You got the queen with all the druids on her because the druids were healing for all the damage that the defensive Headhunter was doing. In case you didn't see it, go back and watch it. So the druids sat on the queen and not on the root riders, and look at how split apart everything is now. We've got some root riders on the top side. Yes, the Valks are going to come in and do a great job yet again. Yes, the meta has gotten harder, but there is only so much you can do. It is very easy for troops and heroes to overwhelm a base, but look at this. The first overgrowth ends, the second one goes off. Thankfully, the Rage Tower doesn't go off. I believe the attacker stalled for a second there just to see if the Rage Tower would go off, but it does not. We have the Royal Champion, Warden, and Queen. 2 hero abilities, a Rage, and a Freeze. Now, pre-update, you might be able to run through this with the Royal Champion, Haze Vial, Hog Puppet being really strong, and the Queen, but notice he has no Root Riders up, which means no way to get through these walls. The Royal Champion here gets completely isolated, and it doesn't matter if you've got high-level Hogs. Even the Hog Puppet pre-update isn't doing much versus a Rage Tower. It definitely would have done more, though, but would it have saved the 2-star? I don't think so, and there you go. I've given it away a little bit. The Healer Puppet and the Invis Vial is a really good combination for Root Rider Spam, but it's not a very good combination for beating through walls. The Queen goes through here and just gets in range of the Multi-Archer Tower. If it weren't for that, might have saved the 2-star, but instead, we get a 1-star defense. So we're going to see a defense against dragons here, and I want to point out quickly something I like about this base. The 2 sweepers facing each other in the core. Now, they're not going to do a lot in this battle, unfortunately. The blimp fall damage and the giant arrow, as you see here, will deal with both of them. But why I like bases with sweepers facing the middle is it's really tedious for players doing Hydra clone attacks, because when the sweepers aren't facing towards the town hall, the clones have free real estate. It's really easy for the clones to get a whole lot of value. You're going to see, you're going to recall the queen here before the defensive queen does too much damage. Whereas when the sweepers are facing the town hall, it just adds so much RNG, particularly because the triple clone is a very popular army at the moment. I think the single clone is the strongest version of this army, but the triple clone is very widely used, and the sweepers on this base do a good job. Now, unfortunately, this blimp does go down, the sweeper does go down, but look at this. The NATO's in a perfect spot, get so many loons in it, and the Rage Scatters and the Rage Multis destroy loons super quickly, so this attack strategy will struggle against this base. There are so many air targeting defenses that are getting raged on the base. We don't see, for instance, the ricochet cannons or the expos in the core of the base. There's not a lot of specific ground targeting defenses in the core. Instead, the Rage Towers are focusing on defenses that are hybrid ones that can shoot air and can shoot ground. So you're not just defending Root Riders with this army, you can also defend the air spam, and that clone just really got no value. The Ice Golem gets pulled. Unfortunately, the Dragons did not take care of the CC, and the Ricochet Cannon, well, it gets good value on the outside of the base here, and the Royal Champion, well, we all know the Hogs are nowhere near as strong as before, and yep, I mean, to be fair, I know a lot of you don't like the nerf to the Hog Puppet. I like the fact that there's counterplay. Now you don't want to use the Hog Puppet ability near giant bombs near the scatter. If you use it versus monoliths and Teslas, the Hog Puppet wrecks still. Or if the hogs are being tanked for. But if you use it on top of a giant bomb when a scatter's shooting, yeah, it's going to get wrecked. Kind of as they should. Unfortunately, hogs aren't really in the meta, are they? Now, this is going to be the last replay for the video, but I did have more to choose from, it's worth noting, but one of the Root Rider spams was a 1-star, was the same entry as you saw earlier in the video, and there was a few other ones that Dima said were just bad mistakes by the attackers. But look at this. This attacker here, coming in with the best army in the game currently, in my opinion, took 14 seconds to place the Warden down, and I actually saw that in the Root Rider spam attack as well. Attackers don't seem to quite know how to start their attack on this base. It is a unique sort of base, and yeah, people are struggling to figure out entries on it. And yeah, that was not a very good fireball. I think he wanted to get to the fireball to the Expo there so he could kill the multi-archer tower and maybe the queen, but yeah, the Warden was taking a little too long to get to the Expo there, so he pops the fireball a little too early. But to be honest, aside from wasting the 2 invis, the fireball attack strategy here doesn't rely on the fireball. It's all about the super witch push. But you're going to see here that the base puts up a really good fight. And something that's worth noting, a lot of bases don't have raged monoliths. So even if they have double rage towers, they won't put monoliths in it because it's much harder to make the base symmetrical if there's a monolith in one of them. Didn't stop Dima here, and you're going to see that a raged monolith is just something so nice to have in attack. It is doing so much damage here. The double ice golem's defending it perfectly. On the top side, the druids are trying their best to keep the super witches alive, and to be fair, there's not much you can do versus the druid super witches, but they're putting up a good fight. Look at this, super witch 1 down, super witch 2 down, and this is why rage towers are about to become meta. I don't think anyone's going to use poison towers because you can't kill the super witches versus a poison tower. You can kill them versus a rage tower, particularly because you don't have the eternal tome with this army, right? If you had the Eternal Tome, then maybe the Poison Tower would be better. But no Eternal Tome, definitely run Rage Towers. I know at the moment on my account, I'm running a base with a Rage Tower and a Poison. Might be time to go to bases with double Rage Towers though, seeing this replay here. It's worth noting, the craziest thing about this is this does still nearly triple. So, shows how hard it is to defend this attack strategy, but the base did about all you could have asked for it in this attack here to defend the army. The Haste Vial and the Hog Puppet on the top side is going to get super close, but it is going to fall just short. So there you go there. The base holding up fantastically. If you want the base link for this, we will have it down in the comments below. We will add the CC with it as well, but the CC is 2 Ice Golem, 3 Headhunters, and 2 Goblins. And if you want a second Legends League base, last week on the channel, I shared this base link here. Look at it. I mean, that is just ridiculous. Even yesterday, negative 233 got me quite high in Legends at the moment. I think Dima's base is perfect if you're, say, 5,800 plus, or if you're at the top of Legends League doing really well. That will defend better players better, and this base link here, which we will link on the left, is much better at stopping the average sort of players who aren't used to hitting a common box double poison base.